Hello and welcome to the ECL Tuesday Challenge. I am Dr. Hero and I'm casting here with the Overmaster. How you doing?
Hey guys. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry about the my mic is not as crisp as it usually is because I'm on mobile currently. So that's a
Um,
thing.
and my mic is always terrible, so forget about that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So right now we have a crazy matchup between Kennedans with Jack versus I
I have
this
no
is
idea
a
what this is.
this is basically Blitz but with Haunting Scream and Thief's Pick in order to get things through. Um of course, Thief's Pick is the 2-cost double shadow unblockable, +1/+0 and unblockable, and you gotta pay 3 extra to get a pilfer. Um, and yeah, it's just
And
basically it
don't
it's gonna
forget
be
the momentum builder, which is the key part of this deck that brings
Thieves
that
Pick
spice.
gives +1/+0. Key part of this statement here gets momentum builder online and unblockable too.
Yeah, so there's another flavor of gift the battle deck. There's been a lot of those recently. Most of them playing Elise, but now momentum builder is time to shine.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see how it goes. Who do you think will win in this matchup?
It's a little hard to predict. I think the Canada's deck is a little more robust, perhaps, but it's also it it, it can't handle flyers well and unblockable and things of this nature. And if Comitail gets a even a decent start, like I don't know what Duncan Wren can do against it.
Yeah, the
Um,
traditional Canadians usually runs Ava, but this deck is not running Ava. Instead of running grasping at shadows for more combo potential. So it does have that weakness to flyers.
yeah, it has Madness Combust, which is the main addition you get from adding the shadow to the regular Canadians deck, and Jack as well. Jack is just I've watched the person who came up with the deck is Light Black. He's a streamer here on Twitch, and and I was watching him play it, and the Jack every single time the Jack is cast, it's just a huge amount of value. It's just a huge amount of value. It's definitely worth the splash. It's just like it's a little inconsistent on the power base. But I believe Lights Out Ace fixed up the power base a bit. So maybe we're in for a treat here as we see a new archetype born out of this
Yeah, a lot of
matchup.
a lot of people were excited about playing Jack when the set was first spoiled, but he hasn't really made too big of an impact recently. But
Yeah,
he is a very strong card, and I'm excited to see him being played.
for
Let's see what else is Duncan doing. No, just Jack and grasping at shadows and the Madness Combust package. That's what you get for adding Dark Fear Cannon's deck.
hmm So I believe we can get them go over
Yeah,
here. This is a solid hand for Comitail. I think it has a Rogan's Disciple and a 2-cost Levitate rip. But I think it's a fine hand.
yeah. Duncan, on the other hand, has 2 power, and that's not enough. No combustion cell to ramp you up, so he's probably going to ship this hand back.
Yeah, it's just so important. Although I'm not too sure I would ship this hand back. It has a let's see, it has a no, it has no way to get a
Yeah,
oh, it has no.
no primal influence to get that with him. The they're going anyway.
I thought there was a single primal there and maybe he could get the primal, but no.
He redrew into
Okay.
another 2 power hand, but then he drew another power right away, so he'll be fine. Oh, and another power off the top. One thing to note, Duncan is running the Bullet Revolver card back,
That's right.
which
He's
is the
pay
superior
to
card
win.
back.
Pay to win. Pay to win. I don't have the card back, unfortunately.
I am 100 gems short of buying that card back. Sad days.
I do love playing with it. For when my opponent has it, I do love clicking on it just for. just to see if I can get the bullet to fire. It's actually sometimes it's hard to get that bullet to fire. I don't know. It's random when
I don't know.
there we
Oh,
go.
I just noticed of that. Duncan has drew a couple of torches, nailed down that Reargon disciple. These few spot removers going to be key to keeping back those gift of battles, scream, crazy turns that Comey wants to do.
Comey has a wisdom, which is an interesting choice in their deck. I guess they have they're more of a combo deck than regular TJP, right? TJP can play the fair plan a lot better, but this is basically an all-in combo deck, so I don't think I think it's a little better in the deck.
Yeah, Comey's still running all of those levitates. They're still crucial to the deck, even though they've been increased to 2 cost.
I'm actually not sure that increasing it to 2 cost, like it matters a lot in a lot of cases, and it makes the card a lot less efficient. But like, it's still a powerful card.
Yeah.
It still draws you a card and pops an Aegis. Like that is not something to speak of. There's not that many effects in the game that do that. All right, and Duncan of course grabs the fateful combustion cell.
He has everything he needs to go off now. He has a Kenna. He has End of Hostilities to copy those Kennas repeatedly, and you can just go. This is what the deck loves to do: just go off copying Kennas and getting value.
Yeah, if you came here to watch some combo potential here, this is what's going to happen. He gets the first Kenna. The first Kenna is just going to get back a torch to...
Which is actually not bad at all, versus this deck that wants to be screaming back big, giant berserking units.
Yeah. Even if Comitail had a way to kill the Kenna there, I don't think it was actually favorable for them to do so, because they would have given up a lot of their combo potential. What they have to kind of hope for right now is that he doesn't have a second Jack or an End of Hostility or something like that. Copy the Kenna. Sorry. Gives the gift of battle to the Momentum Builder. Does he have a way to pump it? No.
He doesn't do anything with that pump. Exactly. It's just a berserking Momentum Builder with 0 attack.
It's kind of unfortunate, really. Although, you know what? That Momentum Builder is not going anywhere. It is going to be very, very hard for this Kenna to actually kill the... Oh, no, never mind.
End of Hostility with double killer. See, this deck just starts going off once you get those key cards together. And this is really showing off the power level of the Kennedy style deck.
Yeah. To note, Duncan Red is still only on 5 power. And look at the cards in hand. Look at all the action and possibilities he has. Yeah, this deck is nuts when it can go off.
Combustion Shell does a lot of work with that ramp. It's a very unassuming card, but it's very powerful in the right deck.
Alright, Comitail realizes his demise, I believe, here. Wisdom's after Screaming instead of Wisdom before Screaming to set up the kill, and yeah. This game is over.
Nothing Comey can do.
We do get to see Comitail go off next turn.
I really hope we see that Momentum Builder just build some momentum. See, this is why Eternal Card Games is great for understanding physics. You see, Momentum Builder didn't have any momentum. The inertia, he had no inertia, so he couldn't go anywhere.
Exactly.
This is why we should be teaching kids in school Eternal, the card game.
Oh man. Are they gonna jump right back into it?
Probably. No sideboards. These guys know what they're doing, and they hopped right back in.
They did hop right. So, on Tails side, we have a decent hand. Has it's solid. It's not great again. If we see Duncan go off like they did last game, it's a little slow, but I think it's still a keepable hand.
Yeah, I think Duncan's hand very keepable. He had everything he really needs except for like a couple Grenadins. But once he gets that, he can start going off. He has the power, the combustion cell, and the Kenna waiting in the wings.
Yeah, he gets the combustion cell, which is what the deck needs. The difference in the deck between having a combustion cell and not having a combustion cell is the difference between winning and losing in the deck. Essentially, the power and the tribute enabling that the combustion cell sets up is just kind of ridiculous in the deck.
Yeah, that is the key card. He picks up the Shadow Influence, which is definitely what he needed. Duncan over here, and shifts the turn back.
I think it's gonna just draw 2 here, right? I would. I'm not too sure. Maybe they have a merchant target that they really want, but yeah, he's just gonna draw. And he's gonna draw immediately. This deck plays all on its own turn. There's torches as fast spells. That's it. So he's not gonna pretend to hold up anything.
Yeah, he can probably put out the combustion cell. Don't think there's anything in the market he really wants right now. There's a combust, but it's not doing much versus the Aegis unit.
Okay, he grabs the Flamestoker, which is
That's
interesting.
interesting.
I think it's a little slow. I think it's a little slow against this Momentum Builder deck. Like, it didn't look like the Momentum Builder deck had a was very quick the previous game, but it's looking to kill fast, right? The Momentum Builder gets up pretty fast.
I don't think it really wants Flamestoker in this matchup at all.
Gift of Battle comes on the Closal Battle Mage.
Oh, did he? Oh, he didn't even activate the Berserk, just knocking it there, setting up for the big turn.
Did he really? With no power up? With no power up?
It was a 4/4.
Oh, it was a 4/4, right? Because the Gift of Battle, yeah, triggered. I know what I'm doing.
A lot of the times in these decks, I kind of want to see like a Grenadin drone on the market. So like you can have something there for your combustion cell later if you really need to ramp fast.
A Granite Waste.
Maybe so.
That's a power and a Grenadin. I would never cut down on Grenadin drones. You really need to get those on turn 1 to 4. Turns 1 to 4.
Probably not a Grenadin drone exactly, but something like it. It's something that you can like drop down.
Like a Spar Catcher or maybe an assembly line or something like that.
Yeah, it's some kind of unit.
And Infused Strike, that's a blowout.
That is what this deck wants to do.
I'm not too sure about Infused Strike as a combat trick in the deck. I don't know about its power level. It's certainly okay in draft, but yeah, it was definitely a blowout there.
He saw a few people running Crown Watch tactics and said, "I don't need that. I have Infused Strike."
That's right. If you're running a 3-faction deck, it's really hard to get in, more than your 2 potentially Crown Watch standards. So being able to run, like, for example, 2 Crown Watch standards and then 2 Infused Strikes on top of that, might be okay. But I think Rapid Shot is a little better. I don't know if they have any Rapid Shots in the deck.
So next turn, if Duncan can survive, he can activate Killer. Oh, he's not surviving.
Which he's not.
It's just over.
16. That is a 21 bomb.
Yeah, that's showing off the power of double damage.
Rogun's Disciple is no joke. That is a crazy shootout.
Especially combo with Gift of Battle for that quadruple damage effectively.
Yeah.
It gets really scary really fast.
I mean, just 1 Finest Hour and Rogun's Disciple and a Gift of Battle, of course. Gift of Battle and Finest Hour is 20 damage. That's 20 damage.
I don't know where. The Gears are back in the game right away.
Yeah. All right. So Duncan Ren is looking at a decent hand. It has Combustion Cell, automatic keep.
Yeah, it has Combustion Cell and the Grenadin drone. That's all you need in life.
Yeah, and Dusk Raider on turn 2 for Tail.
Oh,
what's his name again? I can't see it.
Comitail.
Comey-tail, right. I don't want to get things wrong. I just don't. Right. Yeah, Comey-tail, turn 2 Dusk Raider. I've been playing a lot of Dusk Raider recently, and turn 2 Dusk Raider is not. It has no laughing matter. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. If I see that put down, I want to remove it immediately because it starts getting. Every single unit becomes insane afterwards.
All right, plays it, gets it, and does. And Dunkerman does not have an answer for it. So, Comey-tail is going to actually be able to potentially get a berserk target. We'll see whether or not he gets it.
Yeah, that Nightfall on the Dust Raider is very relevant, letting you get 2 chances to draw right away.
Yep. And we see. I think we might have actually gotten a berserk. Oh, it's a berserk.
Railgun's Disciple. That is incredibly scary. It's too bad Duncan
that is
draw
a hell
the
of a hit.
torch.
Ooh, Duncan can play End of Hostilities this turn with Tribute on a berserked Railgun's Disciple.
Oh, this is just insult to injury
nasty.
right here.
Oh.
But does he have a way to buff the Railgun Disciple? That's the question. That's when he gets really scared.
Yeah. I think he just needed to use it as blocker that turn, because otherwise the any single pump spell and he was probably either going to die or it was going to be a very, very dicey situation for him.
Oh, definitely. He needed something to block that. Let's see, he has a Kenna, where he's tapped out, so he can kill it right away while he can't do anything, which is very
And he gets back to End of Hostilities, which is the crazy play in this deck.
I don't think it was right to kill the Battle Maid. I would rather kill that Berserk Disciple. Have much higher potential for shenanigans.
Dunkerman saw Levitate from Comey-tail. So any sort of flyer or even a they might not be monitoring the deck list quite as much as we are, but of course if Comey-tail has either Levitate or Thief Spick, it's just game over, right? Like the Kenna does not have flying unless you actually cast a spell.
Ooh, but he did the crazy turn. He can kill whatever he wants to kill.
He gets back to the Seek power, because why not?
Does he have? No, that's the only thing he can get.
He attacks with the Railgun Disciples and he activates them. They're gonna hit for quite a few damage there because they.
That's right. Oh, there's Berserk trigger.
It's a one, but there's Nightfall trigger. He has to block at least one. Does he?
Does he notice the Nightfall? Oh, there you go. That is the best.
And Duncan Red takes it.
Yeah, that was a very interesting set of games to watch. I really like that playing out. Whoever went off won the game in their own little way.
Exactly. 2 ships passing in the night is basically how the combo decks work. There was some interaction, I think. Well, most of the Kennedan's deck was interacting with the opposing deck.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like interacting, though. It more felt like overkill than the interaction. But
whenever he started interacting, he was comboing off anyway.
All right. Do we have any backup matches? Do we have any backup?
Dini and Lily Reiner still playing. Cross and Zrandals. I am gonna pronounce that terribly. Whatever.
We
can come watch Houdini and Lindlevine. Let's see what's going on over there. Oh, okay. Well, then he have a Nostrix on the board and a Feast Caller that is buffed up. This is looking pretty scary for Lindlevine, but he has removal lined up.
Lindlevine, of course, actually top 8'd. Wait, I think it was a top 4 performance at the ETS on Saturday with the Carrier Blue. So
was it this Saturday?
To play in
this recent one?
Or was that no? That was Jolicek. Never mind. All the Akari Blue players, they all blend together in my mind. They all
Yep.
blend together.
Lenny Vine.
Marius, Lenny Vine, Jolicek, all these people just.
Yeah, but Lenny Vine is not unfamiliar to the ETS. He's a good player.
Akari
We've seen
Blue.
it before. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, and he's gotten a resurgence too. I think he took a little break. It's glad to see him back.
A lot of players have been joining back from the new set, which is nice to see.
Also, it's a little easier now without sideboards. Sideboards may potentially be more interesting, but they are it's not as easy to perform the actions necessary in order to carry on a tournament for sure. Especially if, like, let's say you're on mobile or doing something in the middle of the day or something like that. It's a little hard to have your focus divided.
Yeah, Markets only has been a godsend for the tablet mobile players.
I wouldn't be able to play the ETS right now while my computer is down for the count. And yeah.
Yeah, Houdini has a stable lead in this matchup. There's not much Lenny Vine can get to come back, but Harsh Rule will go a long way to doing so.
Aegis there, and is able to torch one, but that brings him to 0 still.
Yeah, he had to torch in the Harsh Rule.
Yeah, that was
he was blinded by value.
Yeah, exactly. Blinded by the value.
Yeah, a lot.
Couldn't resist getting the triple or the 2 for 3 there. Instead,
the old adage is that the aggro players' card advantage is count the cards left in their opponent's hand when they lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't count the cards right.
Let's see.
I guess that was everything in the tournament. Yeah, the tournament round 1 is over. Round 2 will be starting up soon, and we're gonna probably go into break while we wait for that.
For sure. We'll see you guys later.
And we're back for round two of the ECL's Tuesday tournament. We're gonna start watching Solar Flare versus Cross. And that is Skycrag Berserk versus a Calm Brainless with Stand Togethers, pretty much.
All of them are the same to Dr. Hero.
Yeah.
But Cross is actually on a fairly interesting version of the Combre list. He has 2 Nashes in there, which is pretty interesting. Is 4 cost 4/4 normally, but if you tribute it, it's a 4 cost 7/7, and if you attack with it, it discards the top card of your deck, and if it's a unit, your opponent basically loses on the spot. I don't know. Okay, I believe we're in the game.
It makes the other units that are vulnerable to damage.
Yeah.
If you attack freely. Let's see. They're starting the game. Oh, they already started a long time ago. Let's see. Cross had 2 power out, and he played a Teacher of Humility, hoping to draw that 3rd power. And Solar Flare, what is Solar Flare doing? He has power.
Yeah, he basically looks a little flooded, but I think the merchant kind of helps out with it.
Merchants,
whatever it is.
Merchants are really good at handling flood and screw.
Not like on their own, but they are very, very powerful. They're powerful enough that you basically don't have to. You basically get 2 turns worth of action out of them. So, ooh, and look at this. Solar Flare does not care about the weights.
But Cross had two draws this turn, and none of them were power. He is praying for that 3rd extra power.
Yeah, he didn't even get a power off of the Teacher of Humility hit, which is a little unfortunate. Ooh, breaks all the Aegises with the Alpine Tracker, which I suppose he got at the market. That is an interesting choice for sure. I believe that was in the original Paradox list. Alpine Tracker in the market.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, especially dealing with tokens. Cross picks up the 3rd power. He played it out immediately, so I guess he's looking to play either the Unseen Commando or another Crown Watch Paladin.
I think he probably made a mistake, and he's regretting it now.
Yeah, I probably would have played the student.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna play out the Crown Watch Paladin. That's fine. But I think I would have played out the Awakened Student power and then attacked.
Yep, same here. Let's see. But it does
Torch gets
save the
future.
student from Torch. So maybe with the next level play.
Yeah. Exactly. But is there any silence? There's Valkyrie Enforcers in the deck, which is what negate usually is why Permafrost is the reason why it's whoa.
He conceded right away. I guess he really does not like those weights applied to him.
Well,
Was a
I
bit
mean,
early.
did he top deck a merchant perhaps? I don't actually know. I didn't see
He
it.
top decked a Dusk Raider, which got turned into a
okay.
5-cost Dusk Raider for the weights. But Cross was still power screwed. I would have at least played that out and hope he didn't draw more.
I mean, it is a tournament, right? I don't know. I usually play out the games in tournaments, even if, for example, the weights are very frustrating. I do wish that
back
they
in game.
didn't exist.
Or at least didn't punish the draw so hard. 3 costs is a ton.
Yeah, for sure. I think Cross here is gonna keep this.
I
turn
would have
to
kept
Awakened
it.
Students.
I would have kept turn to Awakened Student and the double stand.
Yeah, the double Sword of Unity. Sword of Unity is the mirror breaker in aggro matchups. That card does a lot of work.
I am still salty that decks get to run more than 4 copies of Sword of Stand together with that sword.
Yeah, it's great. Great. Love it. Cross is I'm assuming not gonna block area.
You see
Can
what?
he really attack here though?
What Solar Flare should have done is held the seat so that the Skycrag doesn't die to Vanquish. That is the next level plays.
Yeah, I think that was the correct play, but I mean it's like if you don't have it, it's still like a little better to play the seed out before you play out your power, because then you don't have you run into the issue like later on in your hand, like whether or not you need to. Whoa. Okay. I thought I heard a concession there for a second.
Yeah, that's something Skycrag sometimes does against Combre. Because that Vanquish is their only removal spell that hits you.
Yeah.
Sometimes hits you.
Probably not going to be able to hit this levitate.
Necessary Brigand is putting on the pain. Double damage to player, just knocking 8 damage in the air.
Cross is getting flooded really hardcore here. He's tempting. No, he's not. He's not going to tempt Fate here and attack with both and go to 1.
That would be extremely risky.
Especially if since anything like a Dusk Raider would have killed him on the spot. He's
offering the trade with the Brigand.
He is able to block and find a tower here. And there's pretty much nothing they can do. Even with the Soulfare would have to have double removal here. Now, do they have a Rampage in their hand?
They do not. They have a Torch and a Gift of Battle.
And the battle. So it's going to die. It's
Cross
the double
draws.
hit. Minus tower is not enough here. I think he just swings with 1 again and then pulls back 1 to block once again.
Yeah, that Aegis on Copper Hall making you more secure and leading back just a single blocker instead of being safe and holding back 2.
Yeah. So, what has Solar got here?
Both of them are drawing a lot of power for their decks.
Is the Grenadier really worth the playing the not playing the crest there that turn? I think you're really looking for action, and the Grenadier is just not going to cut it.
Okay, a Grenadin with something like a Rampage backed up behind it is scary. So maybe he's hoping for a pump spell.
Yeah, maybe. He's gonna attack here. He's gonna get blown out. Well, blown out, quote unquote. Oh, right.
Yeah, he was offering to trade anyway. It doesn't matter.
That's right. The Grenadin actually gets Berserk from the Dust Grader because it is a card drawn when you play with the Waste Stone.
Cross draws another power.
Another power.
Oh,
Stand
they
together
both
is not
have
good enough.
Aegis. Yeah, anyway.
Stand together is not good here. I don't think, at least. I think he needs a threat. Sword of Unity would be good. A merchant for Sword of Unity.
Solar Flare is gonna be looking for a way to get 3 damage through any way he can, so he can finish off with that torch.
Yeah. Gift of Battle is not good enough. The second Gift of Battle. This is why I don't like Gift of Battle. Really. When you're ahead and when you have, it certainly leverages your advantage and it gets your and doesn't allow your opponent to come back in a game. But when you're at parity or behind, Gift of Battle doesn't really do a lot. Ooh, a +3/+1 katana. What do you get off the card draw?
He got an ankle cutter.
An ankle cutter. That's pretty.
It's a unit.
It's not great, but it's another unit that he can still continue to go
and
wide
it does
against.
3 damage if it connects, which is just enough for the torch. If Cross keeps drawing power and doesn't draw any removal or a unit, he's going to be in trouble here.
So if I was going to attack with the 5/2, it's going to be a trade here on the 2/1.
Well, he has the finest hour, so not quite. And it gets eaten up.
I would trade it with the 5/2. That's a 2/1. The 5/2. I guess that play is really bad against Rampage, but can you really beat Rampage at this point?
Yeah, I don't think that was a. I think that was a bad play to attack there. He had the Crown Watch Paladin to just trade with it.
Oh.
Ooh.
And here we go.
Yep. The game is over now. You have an Unseen Commando backed up by Stand Together. It's very hard for him to come back from this.
And he just scoops it up. And that is all that is needed. I believe that was 2-0 for Cross, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll 2-0. Sold a fair scoop early in the first game and lost the second one.
I don't think it was an early scoop in the in that game. I think
that was perfectly timed.
There was
Okay. So the last matchup going on right now is Duncan versus Houdini. Might hop right in and see how that's going.
Sweet.
It looks like they're starting one of their games. Duncan is behind 1. Houdini is up 1 game.
Okay, so this is game 2. We can actually watch this match unfold. Duncan Ren gets a quarry here. Ooh, gets a jack. We might be able to see jack this time. It's a pretty sick addition to the deck. I think it is definitely very, very worth it.
Yes.
Jack. It is from what I've seen from Light Black, whenever he gets a jack out, it's just lights out for the opponent. They fade.
Yeah, Jack is very strong if you can get the tribute off. Without the tribute, he's okay. But the tribute was really makes him great. Being able to kill a unit and play your own.
I mean, it's still 6 cost 7/7 with the deadly. I mean, you don't really need the deadly, but it's there, and the threat of being able to double attack when you attack with Jack, because it's very hard to trade with Jack. Like any like large toughness units or large health units can't really trade very effectively with Jack, which normally they could trade with most big units. Like a 7/7 is not really a big deal for like a bunch of like 2/5s, like for example like combo healers or something like that, right? But
Yeah,
they all
but
die.
the deadly makes it hard to do multiple block, which is his strength. Houdini's at 4 power and doesn't have the second prime influence to play either the Wisdom of the Elder or the Hailstorm, which is going to be tough for him. He has 2 Vanquishes just stranded in hand.
They already merchanted for a Vision of Austerity, which is smart. Just smart.
Yes.
Taking out the combustion cell is taking out the engine of the deck for sure.
Combustion cells, the core of the deck, is what keeps the deck running and lets you do the crazy things.
Or you're just gonna lose to a Flamestoker, but in this case, he does have the backup plan, the Vision of Austerity. So
Still does not have the second primal influence. All his cards are stranded in hand.
Yeah. And there's the combustion cell, which was also gotten out of the market. Duncan Wren baits the combustion cell with the Flamestoker. That was a sick play.
That was a great play. And Houdini picks up the second primal influence he needed in order to start actually casting his spells. Wisdom, Vanquish, Harsh Rule. He has a lot of interaction to go through.
To be fair, it wasn't really bait either card. So it was good of Duncan Wren to protect his actual engine card.
But one of the weaknesses of the combustion cell is that you need units on the board to make use of it. And Houdini does have a harsh rule to be able to punish that later.
Yeah, that's why you kind of want to save like 1 unit in your hand, this deck, so that you, if the worst is coming, a harsh rule or a hailstorm or something like that, you have a backup plan.
Houdini decides to play out the Runehammer right away, which is interesting. Runehammer dies to the 1/1s, all his little weak units. So I would have probably held on to it more until the board was clear.
Yeah. Duncan is able to get off a Jack here with the tribute, able to pop Marley's influence. Can he pick up a combust off the top in order to finish off this Marley? Because it's going to be hard for him to deal with it. He only has 1 card in hand. Like, what is that 1 card right now? Do we have it here?
He has a Grenaded Drone and a Banner.
A Grenaded Drone. Okay, so he is holding off on playing the drone. He is going to play it. I'm not too sure about it because
he probably just wants a blocker to deal with the Runehammer.
Right, and he's also at 14. He actually is getting pressured on his life total right now, which is something that Marley actually is very, very good at doing. Those little 1/1s, they add up. They add up.
Yeah, if you don't have enough of a board, those Marley can just take over the game by herself, which is very strong for just the 4-drop package.
Lingering influence. She's another lingering influence. Not really what he's looking for. Bottoms it.
Roland is dead, but he's not gone.
His tyranny lives on in justice.
Duncan Wren picked up Grasping in
What
Shadow,
is this? What is he picks up a Grasping
which
in
is
Shadows?
very good for him.
Yeah. Able to take out the Marley. Still has 1 token left in hand. That's one of the things that is very, very good about cards like Marley, is that you like play Marley on 7, you activate it, and not only do you have to like double kill Sheriff Marley, but you have to deal with the tokens and whatnot as well. So it taxes all your removal.
Houdini
grindier matchups like
has
this.
a hand full of removal, and these 1/1s are putting on enough pressure to force Duncan to actually play out his units into the removal, which is very interesting for a 1/1. I like it. There's a lot of work.
I actually was playing a Nostrix Porter Sheriff Marley deck. Because what you can do is, of course, you can activate Sheriff Marley a bunch of times and then keep them in your hand and then Nostrix the one guy.
I actually built a deck just like that. Added Shadow into it recently. That when you're able to go off like that is very fun.
Oh yeah, they're definitely screenshotable games for sure.
Duncan Wren only has a single primal power. Looking for, I guess, the Kenna so I can start going off with the grasping at shadows.
Yeah. He still has a bunch of tokens, which is pretty good. Oh, another Marley comes off the top. Okay, well, let's start this train all over again. Is he gonna swing here? Yeah, he's just gonna swing Hailstorm probably. And just start the one of the things is that
Silence the Grenadin.
Silence is the already textless Grenadin gets even less text.
That's just rude. Duncan picks up a Spark Hatcher. Not exactly what he wants right now.
I mean, he needs units as well as top end in order to beat his opponent. So if he can top deck the Spark Catcher, for example, into a Kenadin, then it's not bad. But it's
what he needs is the Kenna, and then an End of Hostilities right off the top. Warp it in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going to save him from this game. He draws another power. Oh, however, but he does have End of Hostilities on the top of his deck.
He has to copy a... what? No!
Nope.
No!
Nope. Doesn't
work. Don't do it.
Copying your own Grenadin drone probably would have been the better play, actually.
Yeah. He might be holding out hope that he's going to top deck a Combust off the top or some other removal spell like a Jack, but...
or another Grasping at Shadows and grab the Jack back.
Yeah, there are a lot of top decks that Duncan Wren has, but I'm just getting hard. Oh, he is playing.
He got the combo. He did it.
I actually did not know he was playing that deck. Ha! I thought he was just playing a regular old
Steadfast Deputy gets buffed by Nostrix, which buffs all the other Steadfast Deputies that he drew. Okay, Duncan Wren finally gets the Kenna.
Gets the End of Hostilities back. He's able to get both off of this, get all going. Of course, little does he realize that there's a harsh rule in his opponent's hand, and a bunch of Aegis 6/7s coming down, or 5/6s. Wait, they're 6/7s, right? Yeah.
Those Kennas are very large.
And in charge. I'm not gonna be in charge.
Did he need to play out the Grenadin assembly line right away? I guess he plays right into the Harsh Rule or Hailstorm that he might have.
You know, at this point, are you beating a Harsh Rule? Right?
No, you do have End of Hostilities off the top, so any unit will be buffed into bigger units or more.
It doesn't matter here, but what is the end of the story? It's so interesting. Like when somebody attacks and it fits an end of the story, it's way worse to block. But it's obviously like a hard rule, like chump attack, right? So, what are you supposed to do with it? What are you supposed to do in this situation?
I love Tribute for like the interesting blocking decisions they incorporate into the game, whether or not you block, and it has really interesting interactions with previous mechanics like Spark.
Well, he has a harsh rule here again. Or, he could Hailstorm and keep that Gear Cruncher around. Decisions. Yeah, he's going to Hailstorm and keep the Gear Cruncher around. Attack for lethal. There you go.
Yeah, Gear Cruncher is a lot less scary when he doesn't have his backup. And I believe that was 2-0 for Houdini.
2-0 for Houdini, yeah.
So, and that was the last game in this round.
So, are we,
Yes, round has ended.
The round has ended. I believe we're going to a break. Find out from our producer what's happening.
All right, we are going into a break, so we'll see you soon for the next round. So, bye.
Go.
And Akaria has been dropped down. Sorry, guys. We're hopping right into the game after this round. And we are live.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, and just in time for Z Randalls to have a Akaria on this side of the battlefield. Gets the double vanquish off, but there's still Warcry on top of the Z Randalls deck. Kyoto. This is basically a charge rod versus charge rod, I believe. So we're gonna see some high flying action from both sides.
It's Charge Rod versus Bullet Shaper, Akaria.
Okay. There's still Answer the Call in Z Randall's deck though. Cool.
Yeah. No, Z Randall is playing Charge Rod. Eric Kyoto is the one playing Bullet Shaper into Akaria. Into Harsh Rule. Which we see played out right now.
Yeah, the board is clear. Z Randall's getting the crest off the top, which is not really what he wants to. Ooh, he's going to answer the call. Does he hit the Akaria hit in the first 6 hits? Probably.
That's the ooh.
Oh, it's Akaria.
10-10 Akaria. That is brutal.
That's gross. Man. So many times I've had it on ladder where my opponents hit Akaria into Akaria.
That is the worst beating in all of Eternal. That everyone knows the pain of Akaria hitting Akaria. But Eric Kyoto does have a Vanquish lined up.
Alright, he gets the Vanquish off, so he's not dead quite yet, although, as we know from seeing... Ooh, he has a Merchant, though. What's he gonna get?
In the market, he has a Jack, Razan, Akaria, Harshro, and a Vanquish.
Little does he know that he really wants to get like a Vanquish or Harshro, but he's probably going to get like a threat like a Jack or an Akaria or something like that.
Anytime you could grab Akaria, you grab Akaria. That is the rule of Eternal.
Yeah, but he only has 6 power, so...
Doesn't matter. You grab Akaria.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's the law.
Alright, Razan comes down, kills off the Winchest Merchant. There's a fast spell there, right? From Eric Kyoto's side? No? No, there can't be.
Nah. He just has a rune hammer and a Razan, which he grabbed from the market.
Alright. Renammer is an interesting, sure. Diogo unfortunately is not on 12.
Caleb charging in for
I
the
would say
damage.
it's very likely that he's.
Wow, the weapon he picked up is an 0-3.
Oh,
So he
he
doesn't
picks up
get
the Warren
any
Shield.
buffs. Yes.
The literal worst. Although, okay, it doesn't matter. Do not pick up a removal spell. Z Randall's is up. 1-0.
Yeah, that's the power of Charge Rod. Every single threat you have charges in for big damage no matter what.
Yeah, once see the thing about Charge Rod is that it tries to get a decent early game going, like Bullet Shaper into Answer the Call, or Bullet Shaper into like a charge threat plus Divining Rod, and that's pretty good. But once it reaches 7 or 8 mana, every single card that comes off the top of your deck that's not like a Bullet Shaper, or like even like a Whirling Doe, is basically a hard hitting threat that is very hard to deal with.
Yeah, Charge Rod you can combo off early or just knock you down late. The players are back into the game.
One of my least favorite decks in the game, to be honest.
Really? But the combo is fun.
I mean, it's just a combination effect. It's cool when it goes off. It's very flashy. It's flashy. It does some random things, but
yeah,
I think
it is very unfun to play against. I give you that.
I think it shouldn't have a place in competitive play though, and it just does right now. What is this cape from Z Randall's? I guess the old Bullet Shaper. The Bullet Shaper really does fix though. It's basically a Rakano Stranger.
Yeah, he has 4 power and the +2 power from Bullet Shaper if they can play Answer the Call. It's a respectable keep. Hope he doesn't have a torch to knock you down though. Which he does. Eric Kyoto has 2 torches and Valkyrie Enforcer. He can take his pick.
Gets the Valkyrie Enforcer down. Good play. Gets the threat down. Keeping Charge Rod on their back foot while they're still setting up is definitely a great way to beat them.
Yeah, make sure that they don't have any charge units on the board before they get that Divining Rod out. Is exactly what you need to do.
It's really not very hard to keep it off the field. It's just like sometimes you don't, and they punish you very, very severely. Like it's.
Eric Kyoto grabs an Ikaria off the Rise to the Challenge because that's all Rise to the Challenge ever gets.
Rise to the Challenge is just 4 additional Icarias in your deck. Well, 2 probably in Eric Kyoto's deck, but.
And on the card it says any unit, but what it really means is Ikaria. Any unit or weapon.
Runehammer. In Armory, it used to be it used to get Runehammer.
Armory? What deck is that?
I
Armory doesn't exist anymore.
I'm alienating some of the viewers. So people don't know what Armory is anymore.
There used to be a deck that played all relic weapons, and it was glorious. But now you run into Huru pacifiers and all sorts of trouble. All boar. Anything is.
Oh, boar, boar and market.
Yeah, that deck got killed.
World Bear Behemoth is kind of a beating against him too, although they did eventually get a little bit of slay action. Because it has 7 toughness.
Little Ikaria is doing a lot of work for fixing the mana right now.
Fixing a mana for herself too. Sooner rather than later, they're gonna be 4/3s and pretty good. Well, does he do this right now? Yeah. No, he's just attacking for value.
Yep. maybe get down that harsh rule. Let's see,
Thinking about it.
Akarian needs 6 influence in order to grow bigger.
Yeah. All right, and we see the harsh rule coming down. Pretty decent play. Those were going to be a huge amount of threat. There's going to be a huge amount of the threat density late. Like oh, well, is that a
Okay.
yeah? The rose for it.
Yeah, nothing he can do there. He's on the clock. 2-turn clock, and he doesn't have any
Is there
removal
nothing
to
he can
get
do?
rid of it.
You could have answered the call into something.
Oh yeah,
Okay, top
Charge Rod always has a way to come back. That's part of the deck construction.
Although they did top deck 2 of their rods. Does this particular deck have any merchant? Is it the Winchester merchant into answer the call? I don't have it up right now.
Let's see. 3 Randalls.
Have that.
Z Randall is not running any no, he's running 4 merchants into answer
The
the call.
Winchester merchant, right?
Yeah, the Winchester merchant.
Okay. So
They're going on into their next game.
yeah. It's
The players are
was,
now 1-1.
Charizard won the first game. Charizard lost the second game. We're moving on to the third game. Let's see what's happening with this high flying action.
For those of you following at home, those numbers were incorrect for a little bit.
Oh, did our producer have the wrong match? The match
Yeah,
table up?
it's fixed now.
Tisk.
All good.
Tisk. Just joking. So this hand is interesting for Z Randalls. If he can get to turn 7 with too much trouble, he does have double Icaria in order to go after Z Randalls' life total.
And he has a merchant to respond to any threats in case he needs it.
Z Randall's hand, he has basically a perfect setup. He has Bullet Shaper, he has Valkyrie Enforcer, he has Little Icaria, double Valkyrie Enforcer, and a Millie.
Yeah.
A lot of the low end threats. Is it enough to keep up with the Charge Rod if they can top deck out of this a little bit of flood?
Yeah, Eric Kyoto's hand is stacked. He can play an Icaria, buff it, and get more power soon.
Interesting. Z Randalls does have Rezon in their deck. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't
only
have
deck.
charge,
Yeah.
but it does have flying. So I guess it's part of the flying rod package.
Does he have the Alluring Ember in the deck? I presume.
Oh, I don't think so. That would be going deep. It's probably more just an answer to call target and a general good unit.
So
Eric
Z
Kyoto
Randall's-
picks up a banner, which is nice. He can probably play out Bullet Shaper and set up for next turn.
not going to do that, is he? Yeah. Okay. Gets the carry up to 4-3, which puts a huge clock on Z Randalls. Does have to answer the call. Are we feeling lucky, or are we gonna? I think we're gonna Rezon here, but
Yeah, knock down the Icaria. Good play. Gets the life. Doesn't have life steal yet. There's nothing in his void in order to trigger it.
whoa! This attack.
That is what a bluff.
No bluff here.
Why would you bluff?
Oh, and the
Oh, okay,
Rezon
there
comes
you go.
down. There you go. All
Makes
right.
sense now. Everything makes sense in the world.
Z Randalls does get down the Icaria. Is it gonna block? They are
He
going
blocks.
to block.
But little does he know, he has another Icaria waiting in the wings.
Wait, yeah. very apt for but of course G Randalls has the 5-9 Amelie.
So
I believe there's another Amelie in their hand too.
Eric Kyoto does have that.
No, he doesn't.
No, if you're Z Randalls, what do you do here?
Right. Oh, right. That's the reason why it's a 5-9. Because Akaria actually buffs other Valkyries when you activate the ultimate.
Yeah, she does a lot of things.
There's a lot of text on little Akaria. It's similar to big Akaria.
Z Randalls merchant for the vanquish and clears the skies for the Akaria next turn.
Oh,
Valkyrie force
mistake.
comes down.
Mistake. He doesn't realize that there's going to be another Akaria coming out. He could have
But
hit off.
Eric Kyoto does have 2 more Valkyrie enforcers
Oh, right.
in the back. He just had all of them.
And he top deck a bunch of them too, because there are
So-
Valkyries and they were not pumped up by the
In the
Small
top of his deck, Z Randalls has 2 Akaria activations, a unit on there. He can play Answer the Call and is practically guaranteed to draw that huge threat.
even if he does not draw the threat, he's guaranteed to clear out a bunch of chaff too, right?
Yeah, so there's really nothing that can go wrong.
All right. Eric Kyoto did not. Okay. Merchant did putting back a the Valkyrie Enforcer, right? In order
Yeah,
to
he
get
did.
a vanquish.
I probably would have just played the second merchant.
Oh,
from
That
second.
is not what he wanted to hit. Oh. No.
That is not.
All
So I
right.
guess if he can draw a Whirling Duo and play the Divining on it, but he won't be able to survive for that turn.
Okay,
has to
I
spin
think
the
I
wheels on
might
Answer the
Winchester
Call.
Merchant. I think I might Winchester Merchant putting away the crest and get the harsh rule.
But he won't have enough power to play it.
Right, but he can block and play the harsh rule the following turn.
Oh, he can't do that. That's right.
Goes
He
down to
would
2,
go
I
down
believe.
to 2.
That might be the best answer because like just firing off this answer the call, like, and then the thing is that he fires off the answer the call, and then the following turn he could Winchester Merchant for what? A harsh rule? Well, he already played the answer the call.
Yeah, Winchester Merchant into Harsh Rule block is the best play he can make right now. And then it lets him set up for Answer the Call the next turn on a clear board.
Yeah. There we go.
The Randall
for it.
finds the play. But Eric Kyoto draws a Vanquish, but he cannot play that because Winchester Merchant has only 2 attack.
Yeah. All right, attacks all. Boom. Okay. Getting that harsh rule out. All right.
And
Now
now,
I think C Randall's unless Eric Kyoto gets a torch on top, for example, I think that C Randall's is actually in a pretty good spot here. I would crest here. Yeah. Okay. Sees the
Throws
crest on
away
top,
the crest.
bottoms it, and does the answer.
what does he
Oh.
draw? A Merchant? That's
Merchant.
not bad, actually.
Yeah, he gets a little look.
Draw looks like Answer the Call.
It does not get hit. It does not get hit by the Vanquish in Eric Kyoto's hand. That means that that he's going to be able to hit the Divining Rod and potentially get a flying because he could get a Rizan or Carrot. Yeah, he's going for it. Get the rod. What does he
Let's
get?
see.
Oh,
He
he
bottoms the
gets
Caleb,
Rizan.
but he does get Rizan, so it's not bad.
Oh, gains a little bit of life too because he's played 3 spells this game. Grenadin's not bad here because Answer the Call might be able to hit a Caleb off the top. Is he gonna play the Grenadin? All right.
Had he
not-
played
he's
Answer
not-
the Call, he would have drawn Caleb, which is nice, but he wouldn't have gotten lifesteal or anything off of it.
Yeah. Rizan into Rizan. Okay. Aims at his face. Does he have the torch? Does not.
Z Randall gets to spin the wheels again with another answer to call. See what he draws. We should just call this deck roulette.
A bullet chamber off the top is not exactly what I wanted to see. And he gets a divining rod on it, which mills 4 cards.
Yeah, you can't draw anything off of that.
Mills and Akaria, which is unfortunate. But he does attack with the 5/4. I think he's going to block here. He does not want Z Randall's to actually gain any more life than what he's already did. The 7 life is good enough. Good enough.
Yes. So if you're Eric Kyoto, you're probably hoping for an Akaria here. Big boy Akaria. To close out the game.
I have to say, Charizard is pretty fun to cast, though.
just spin the roulette wheel every time.
It is an entertaining deck, if anything else. Even if there's a lot of feels bad on ladder, potentially.
He plays his own bullet shaper.
How big is that bullet shaper, by the way?
5/6 versus
5/6.
2/3.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm on mobile. Hard to see.
Z Randall plays out all of his units, hoping to pressure him into closing the game out before he picks up and say like an Akaria to make him feel bad.
So Z Randall does have a bunch of top decks here. I think probably more in general a higher density of threats than Eric Kyoto.
Yeah, Charge Rod may just have the best top decks of any deck in the game.
For sure.
He picks up a Whirling Duo, which can life steal and put him out of range for any shenanigans.
What is
Okay.
What does Eric Kyoto have in hand? A Rune Hammer, which was buffed, right? No, just a regular one and a torch. Okay. Gets the Rune Hammer in on the Whirling Duo.
Chooses not to kill the big bullet shaper.
I think you can have the torch for another threat or something like that, for sure. Throws it, attacks all. He's probably going to have to chump this 5/6, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah.
Eric Kyoto is just praying for a harsh roll right now. No, probably the only thing that can keep him in this game. And he draws a Rise to the challenge, which will probably end up picking up a Rune Hammer and killing off that big bullet shaper.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only thing he can actually draw here, because otherwise he's just dead straight up. So yeah, I think Rise to the challenge for Rune Hammer is going to come down, and he's going to go down to 4 life here. And a
melee to block, which is not bad actually.
That's actually reasonable for sure. That was actually a better line, for sure.
Because it can just keep growing, putting down jump blockers and gets bigger and bigger.
There's not that many answers in the.
Actually, you only need 2 attacks
in the Charge Rod deck.
Yeah, puts him at a 2-turn clock, and he can jump block the crackback.
Yeah. Z Randall's gonna thin the deck. I think he's gonna keep the sigil in hand just in case he gets another merchant off the top. All right, we're gonna see the attack here, and wait.
Eric Kyoto has a torch.
Right, and so
you can put him at 1. And Z Randall drew exactly what he needed.
What a crazy game! So Z Randall's is at 1 life effectively, and Eric, what is going on? This game is crazy.
Okay, so Z Randall, what can he top that? You get Whirling Duo, anything with charge. Picks up a Scout. Granite Waystone is not what he wants.
Yeah, I don't think a singleton Grenadin is gonna cut it here.
That's actually not the worst since he's at 4, but that's a lot of turns to wait.
It could have been. It could have been the one Grenadin could have been enough.
You could have closed the game with that Grenadin. They're both effectively at 1 health with both torches, and he picks up an Akaria and closes it out.
What a crazy game. All right, so torch face, no torch Icaria. Doesn't matter.
Boom.
And Z Randalls goes on and takes it 2-1.
Yeah, whenever the game devolves into a top deck war, always bet on the charge rod player.
Yeah, for sure. They just have so many threats at the top end. They even have things like Dioga and whatnot, which can make the rest of the threats in the deck better. I actually don't like Dioga in the deck anymore, though. Are you familiar with the card Amaranth Stinger? Because
I am very familiar. I love that card.
Yeah.
It's a very fun thing of drawing the Scorpion traps.
I think that card's the best charge rod. 3-drop for sure.
It's also part of an incredible combo where you use the Amaranth Stinger, and then you use unexpected results to turn all those Scorpion traps into fire bombs. Next level
15
combo.
damage, baby. 15 damage. All right. Do we have a backup match?
Nope, that was the last match in the round.
All right. I think we still are going to play out a 4th round. I think that's how we have 10 participants.
Yeah,
crazy. Thank you guys out there for hitting us up over the 8 participants so we can get this get the 4 rounds. Get us prepared for the later on this week when I'm sure the participation is going to skyrocket when we because we announced our
Yeah, starting this Friday, we're gonna have
started this Thursday.
every
Thursday.
This Thursday. Oh, you're right, Thursday. I forgot about the EU tournament.
Yeah.
Starting this Thursday, every one of our tournaments will provide points that will go towards our invitational at the end, which is supported by a prize pool.
Yeah. And that prize pool could be can be supported by you guys through a couple of links. You can find it below the stream, as well as on the tournament info part of the TGP Discord, which I believe there's probably something you can type in chat, like !Discord or something like that.
Exclamation
point.
Yeah, exclamation point Matcherino. We are supported through Matcherino. You can add to our prize pool at no cost of your own. You go to our link, which will be posted in the Twitch chat, and you can type in the promo code ECL August 18, and just by typing that in, 50 cents will go towards our prize pool. And from there, you can actually follow a few links or Twitch stuff and Twitter stuff that will add even more to our prize pool.
I believe if you do everything, if you add up everything, it's something like 250. I think you can add free of charge by just following a few links, clicking a few ads and whatnot, and it would really go a long way to help us out in getting a lot more support for our tournaments, for sure.
Yes, one of our TOs has bought the Soylent from this link, which he likes apparently, and 100% of that cost goes towards our prize pool. So you can just buy stuff if you want from here, or don't buy anything. You can support our prize pool without any donation cost to you, any extra.
Or I mean, if you want to buy a little extra Soylent, or I don't know. I haven't actually cooked on the leaf myself. I probably should do that because yeah, I want to see my name pop up, right? The supporters, yeah.
Yeah, you can buy ad space on our stream. You can get the supporter Discord row for $5, or just pay $1 for a stream shout out. We'll shout you out.
Yeah, for sure.
And that will go to our invitational prize pool, which You can go into the Invitational by playing in our events every week. There is the Tuesday tournament, which is what you're watching right this second. On Thursday, we have the EU tournament, which is for our European players. On Fridays, we have Casual Fridays, which is more relaxed. You get participation points for that one. And
bring your if you want to bring something brewish, bring it to the Casual Friday tournament, because I believe you get 2 points for participating, but you have to play 2 rounds.
Yeah,
or is it?
Yeah, you have to play 2 rounds in order to get any of the points. So we don't want players hopping in and dropping right away.
Yeah, just grab those free points for sure. But there will be no points awarded for actual matches on Friday. That's more like an in-between tournament, in between the EU and the North American.
Yeah, and on Sunday we'll have our Conquest event, which is you bring 4 decks, and with those 4 decks you play against a lineup of your opponent's 4 decks. Each of you get to ban out one of their decks, and every time you win with a deck, that deck is out. So you have to win with your entire lineup in order to go to the next round. And it's very fun. I like playing in it, and that's what our Invitational is going to be in the Conquest format as well.
The Invitational is going to be at the end of the month, the last Sunday. We're going to try to do this every month. So the last Sunday of every month will be the Invitational Conquest tournament, where how many people get invited? I don't have that.
I am not sure, actually. Let's see. The top 16 players are invited into our Invitational.
Okay. Top 16 players. And I believe the only way to qualify for our Invitational is through the point system. You can't skimp out and not play in a few tournaments that you have to try to get those points. You can't spike a tournament or something like that. But to note, our Sunday tournaments are double the amount of points for each match. You do get 2 points per match on Sunday. So if you want to hoard the points, for sure show up for our Sunday tournament. And if you get the smaller amount of points, come for Tuesday and Thursday tournaments. And if you just want to have fun, go for our Friday for sure.
Yes. All right. So the last round of this tournament will be starting soon. And let's see, who's that going to be? We have at 9 points we have Cross, who is in the lead right now. And at 6 points we have 4 different players: Duncan, Eric Kyoto, Houdini, and Zrandos.
So technically, I believe Cross wins the tournament, no matter what. But we're probably going to end up. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have a feature match between Cross and Eric Kyoto.
Let's see what Cross is playing the Combray aggro that we seen earlier, and Eric Kyoto is on his Bullet Shaper deck. The dreaded 6 stand together is on Cross's side, with the Unity thing as stand together is numbers 2, 5, and 6.
He also has a Sword of Unity in the market as well. So there are a lot of stand togethers in this deck. I believe. Do they have a stand together in the market?
Yeah, he does not have a sword in the market, but he does have a stand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the deck that won the ETS last this week actually had both stand together and Sword of Unity in the market, and I think they ran 3 of each in the main deck. So plus the merchants, they had 10 copies of stand togethers.
The second ETS of this season, I played in it and top 8 it, and I also did that.
And you were an evil person for having done so.
I am. That was a nice time. That was a nice time. I beat up on all the time-based decks. Anyway, so I believe we're getting. Do we have Things
Yes,
setting up. Okay. Good. See right now.
Player and mulligan screen. Okay, Cross has a pretty good hand for an aggro deck. He has turn 2 Awakened Student, which you really always love to see, and a Teacher Humility that you can't really cast on curve, but it's nice to see.
He has the Vanquish, which is really nice against the Rizons and the popping Aegis plus getting the Icarias and getting Carias and whatnot.
On
That's
the
not
other
bad.
hand, Eric Kyoto has 2 power only, and he's really banking on that little Akari on his hand in order to be able to draw the 4th and 5th.
But he does have a Bullet Shaper, so no spells.
Yeah,
no
a
spells,
Bullet Shaper, but no spells. He is desperate for anything to keep him in this.
Wait, what happened here? Oh, Cross decided to actually go for the correct play of Wait, is that a correct play?
Turn 1 depleted power, turn 2 Crown Watch.
Yeah, I guess it's
But
going to work out very, very well against Eric. No, it's not.
Yeah,
wait, it is going to work out because
yeah, but
he
you
decides
can't
to
drop
play
the
out
Awakened Student in power. You have to play the power first and then Student. So
Yeah,
you missed
exactly.
out on 2 buffs.
But he got the War Cry, so that makes up for 1 buff, but not both.
Mm-hmm. These little things that playing out your power that you don't really notice most of the time can really affect how the game goes out. He does have the second time influence to be able to play the Teacher Humility.
I'm not too sure about Eric Kyoto's play either. Like he could have played a Bullet Shaper on turn 2 in order to block the Crown Watch Paladin, which would have saved him more pressure. Interesting.
He plays Vanquisher's Blade right away.
On the Crown Watch Paladin now he can double block. Getting rid of it'll be a 2 for 2. Although then he won't be able to activate the Valkyrie, Icaria.
Cross is starting to put on the beat down. He has a Teacher, Awakened Student, and a big Crown Watch Paladin. And with Sword of Unity waiting in the wings, Eric Kyoto is desperate in order to get some interaction out fast, but he doesn't have the power.
Sword of Unity Warcry buff. Jeez, this is gonna be interesting. He's gonna try to double block or something like that. He does not want to get this weights on him, even though it doesn't really affect his deck that much. It does kind of with the Rise to Challenge and also the Disciplinary weights draw.
But weights may be good to have on you just because you have an extra chance to draw power.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the double block. Gonna get blown out. Interesting enough, it does allow him to not play the Sword of Unity this turn, and potentially he could have played the Sword of Unity this turn on the student and just gotten the weights anyway.
On the Teacher.
Yeah, on the Teacher.
Eric Kyoto plays the Rune Hammer because that's the only thing he can cast. Well, the only thing he can cast is interaction.
Just to stall.
Yeah, that's game. He plays out the Sword of Unity and crushes him.
Sword of Unity is a hell of a card.
Yeah, sadly, Eric Kyoto was stumbling on power and he couldn't stabilize in time.
So we're gonna Cross with his aggro combat deck is up one. I really hope we get to see Nash. I really hope.
Yeah, we haven't seen Nash at all yet. It's a very fun little card.
I feel like it's going to tribute about as much as Sheriff Marley, right? And
yeah, they don't tribute often.
I usually get surprised when my Sheriff Marley triggers. I'm like, oh, sweet. That's extra text when it happens.
Yeah, I've tried playing Sheriff Molly in a few decks, and it's surprisingly hard to trigger the tribute. But you don't need to, because Sheriff Molly has her deputies.
Oh, we might be able to see a Nash.
We
This
see a
game.
turn 2 teacher as well.
Yeah, turn 2 teacher I think is the real winner in this hand. But we do see the 4th power for the Nash. I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited.
I can tell. Valkyrie Force comes down, silences that teacher. He does not want to learn humility.
He does not want to get disciplined. This Valkyrie Enforcer probably going to come down, hitting the regular Icaria.
Yes, and stopping off any more power that Eric Kyoto can gain.
Yeah, also stops the buff.
Oh, Eric Kyoto is stuck on 3 power now, which is very sad. He's been stuck on power for 2 games in a row.
I believe the deck runs enough power. It's a Tabu deck, and Tabu's a good deck builder, so...
Yeah, but he does have the 4 little Icarias and 4 Bullet Shapers in order to supplement the power.
Does not take the trade! No! Come on, take the trade! I want to see a 7/7 Nash. Does not play it, actually. Yeah. I think he's going to stand together at the end of turn. He does attack with just a 3/3. Yeah, he does not swing with the duo. Senses that there's probably something up here, and wisely holds back.
Chooses to double block. That will get punished by a Finest Hour, I believe.
Finest Hour. But I would have let it die and
to Nash. You just want to see Nash get played. Cross is starting to put on the beatdown and showing the power of stand together.
Yada might wanted to build a Nash Scream deck at the start. When he first saw Nash, that was what he was thinking.
That was my first idea too. I just wanted a white Scream with Nash and teacher humility recurring all the time.
Yeah. Turns out it's not like as good as, but it was pretty sweet. I have had like 4 or 5 waits on somebody and they still beat me, so that was enough of that. Eric Kyoto gets the trigger off. This is attacks, and I think this is basically over, right?
Yeah, it was very hard for Eric Kyoto to come back.
It wouldn't have mattered. Vulnerable damage doesn't really matter on this board, but he doesn't get any.
The only thing that might be able to save him is like Harsh Rule into Harsh Rule, but he's too low in order to that to work out anyway.
I think this might be lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's lethal.
Lethal. Jeez. What a beating from Cross. Wins 2-0. Convincing fashion. He was already the winner of this tournament. Even if he had lost, his tiebreakers would have been better than everybody else's, I believe.
Yeah, but he comes back for the victory lap. Shows the power of Combray. You don't need a Lisi in order to bring it home.
Exactly.
So right now, Lightwalker is still playing Duncan Wren. We can watch that for the backup match. Let's see.
They get in with that Kennedans, and I believe his opponent's on an interesting unitless control. I believe it has Name Taker in it. Interesting. I haven't seen that card in a while, or ever really.
Name Taker. That was a very fun, interesting card to use for your mail decks, but it never really got there.
Okay. Fact is that Name Taker, I believe, costs 8 to play, and it's just a 6/4 weapon. So, like, you have to play it and a removal spell in the same turn. It's just very hard to do that because otherwise you're just going to kill your name taker on their biggest threat. All it'll do is take out a Sandstorm Titan or something like that, which is not a big deal to have you losing all your Sandstorm Titans in your deck.
Yeah, you can just draw into your other threats. Presumably, you're not running 4 Sandstorm Titans and no other units. Duncan Red has a combustion cell out, getting ready to ramp into his Kenna. Unfortunately, we do not have the hand cam for the other side.
Can you do me a favor? Thank you. All right, so actually, I never really noticed. Which one is
Wyatt
that?
avatar?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Wyatt. What is the
Not
emo?
running out.
Do you know what he says?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm having a spectator bug real quick.
See what I can see here.
All right, we're
He
here.
does have an end of hostilities on the top of his deck. I'm not too sure. He has 4.
We'll be
4
able
power.
to play 2 Grenadins off of the end hostilities if he so chooses.
Jeez.
But Duncan Rand goes for the smarter play of just playing out to play the Stoker. Sadly, 6 power Grenadin drone is not what he wanted.
It would have been 6 power 2 Grenadin. Maybe.
Grenadin drone played another.
He can end of hostilities. He could have put his opponent to. No, he wouldn't have been able.
He would have put him to 2 damage. He wouldn't be able to because
he would have been able to.
Yeah.
It would have just. It would have been at 7. Yeah, it's just one extra. But maybe we get to see that play later on for sure. Ooh, we might see that play right now because he needs to take out that sword. Essentially.
Yeah. So he could turn hostilities into a 6 power burn spell that deals 5. Yeah, and hostilities is very versatile. You can do a lot of fun things with it.
You could have sacrificed the Flamestoker too and played a Kenna.
He seems to be holding on to this Kenna for some reason. Does not want to see it get removed.
What would have Kenna brought back? Probably nothing.
Yeah, but now he has the end hostilities in the void and he can get some value off of her.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna attack here. He's gonna sacrifice it. Yep, he's gonna sacrifice it. Here we go. Kenna bringing back end of hostility. Which is not that good because I'm assuming that Lightwalker has at least 9 million removal spells in their hand. Can't actually see it, but
yep, he does have a merchant in his hand. He would be able to play that and hostilities on it as well. Okay, Grenadin drone.
ooh,
Yeah,
he
he
can go for lethal
sacrifices
here.
the drone. He found the play and hostilities.
Boy, yeah.
And so wait for lethal.
He didn't actually need to make the extra one, but he did it for showmanship. He did it for showmanship. All right, do we know what the match score is?
Let me see if I can check.
Okay. So that was the winning play from Duncan Wren. He wins the match 2-0. Do we have any more backup matches, or is that the that gonna
The Randalls and Houdini are playing a game as well.
okay?
If
So
you want to watch
let's
that.
Watch there. Of course, Houdini is on that the crazy Sheriff Marley Nostrix deck,
The best combo.
of course. And
And the Randalls is on Charge Rod.
oh right, yes. I remember the Icaria well.
Seems to be stumbling on power if he doesn't find the next power in order to play that privilege of rank. He doesn't even have the influence to play out with his Bullet Shaper to sacrifice the privilege of rank.
That's really feels bad, man. I haven't seen Charge Rod really mess up that often in power this hard, at least this hard for sure, in a while. Of course, if he gets the Bullet Shaper out, that's lights out. He can play the he can sacrifice, and I think he would sacrifice or discard the privilege of rank immediately, and get a couple more power.
Bullet Shaper has done a lot for making this power base more consistent. There's a lot of work on this little 2-drop package.
And one of the more powerful cards from set 4, I would presume.
Yeah, but he's a bit underrated. Everybody's thinking about Elises and their teacher humilities. When this unassuming Bullet Shaper is hanging out, doing his thing.
When Bullet Shaper might be the most powerful card of them all. Might be more powerful than Alessi is just it does a lot, but it's still only a threat that deals damage, right?
The Randalls has drawn no power for multiple turns in a row. He could have discarded privilege of rank for hand size, but then he would have discarded the.
He would have discarded the power.
The justice as well, yeah.
Not the greatest combo in the entire world. He would have discarded one justice power, I believe, and he would have kept one. Right? No.
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure how that works out.
Casters figuring out game interactions on the fly.
I believe there was a Magic the Gathering deck that liked to discard to hand size once upon a time to set up the combo.
Oh yeah, it was Manaless Dredge used to do that. Like you can do it with Reanimator, but it's not generally preferable to do it with Reanimator. You usually have enough discard outlets to do it. But with Manaless Dredge, you legit you say, I'm on the draw this game. And then you sat across from an opponent who said, I'm on the draw. It's like, damn it, Manaless Dredge, why? And then your second and third games were a joke because you had rest in peace or something. But anyway,
that seems to be everything for this last round of the Tuesday Weekly tournament.
All right, so that was the last match.
So Cross ended up taking first place with his Awakened Student Combray aggro deck.
Cross will be forever enshrined as the winner of the last tournament that in the
before the point system kicks in.
Yeah, the last one that doesn't count.
Enshrined as the winner of the last one that doesn't count. Sounds great.
I'm sure we'll see Cross at quite a few of these tournaments. He is a regular for sure. A lot of the regulars actually, Eric Yoda and whatnot.
Yeah, we've been seeing more players interested recently, joining in, practicing for their invitational points that's coming on this week. I'd like to give a shout out to our amazing producer, The Rock, for doing this thing over here. Captain T-Bro helped us with the graphics. The Overmaster is next to me casting.
Hey guys.
and our sponsors. We have a new sponsor, our first sponsor from Maturino, Eric Kyoto. Shout out to him. He donated, I believe it was $5. He donated and became a tournament supporter. If you want to become a tournament supporter, you can go to Maturino and choose one of the things yourself. Make sure to type in our coupon code ECL August 18 if you want to donate 50 cents for free.
We can also shout out our overlying tournament supporter, Reshef. He does a lot of work behind the scenes for us, including like getting sponsors and whatnot. And also Kaleri, who is our current TO for this tournament and also runs the site that you will be using in the ECL for that's the site we're going to use. It's really nice. It's very automated and whatnot. So
it makes things a lot easier for both the players and the TO. This website, I'm very appreciative to all the work he's put into it.
Sure.
Especially making things like bans and conquests very intuitive.
Yeah. What's amazing about Kaleri is that we just asked him to do this, to add in bans to Conquest, and he just 2 days later he had probably that night actually he just had bans in Conquest, and it was really great. Just excellent guy for sure.
Do you have anything to plug, Mr. Caster?
Oh yes.
Of Team Bankstar.
Oh yeah. I'm part of. I'm actually not part of the Great Parliament. I just do this, and I do actually probably more work for you guys than TRS, to be honest. But I will shout out my team. You can find content and whatnot, like videos, links to videos, articles and whatnot on teamrankstar.com. You can, of course, give me a follow. If I ever get my computer back up, I will certainly be streaming. I'm itching for it. I can't. I'm almost ready to break down and use my phone to stream. I'm not too sure how that works, but
we'll make it happen.
And we'll try to make it happen. But you can follow me at twitch.tv/theovermaster. You can also talk to me at on Discord if you need to find me. I don't really use Twitter that often. Although I do have I believe it's the _over, something like that. My Twitter handle. But if you really need to talk to me, I'm a moderator on Discord, and so if like anything weird comes up, I can handle it for sure. And yeah, for sure.
I do not have a Twitter or anything. I am part of Team TGP. I help out all the time in the background. Like to support the tournament scene. And if you want to follow me, you really can't. But I appreciate it.
I believe you actually did stream at one point.
Yeah, I streamed a little bit once upon a time. I should probably start streaming soon. Just for my fans. I have at least one, I think.
It was a good stream last time. Yeah, you were live for sure. Of course, I think it's The Rock, twitch.tv/The Rock. That's where you can follow The Rock. He's been streaming a lot.
Yes.
He streamed today, actually.
Oh, yes.
He's streaming quite a bit lately. The _Rock? It's either The Rock or the _Rock.
Yeah. And
I don't know.
Also, and part of Team TJP is Cygnus Infinity, which you can catch on his Twitch stream. And our new addition, Mulligan, to the team. So you can watch him on Twitch. He does a lot of YouTube stuff, a lot of streaming stuff. We're glad to have him. And each one of those you can support on Maturino. Their codes are The Rock 1, Cygnus Infinity 1, and Mulligan 1.
Yeah. You can follow Mulligan on It's Mulligan. Twitch.tv/It's Mulligan. It's not just Mulligan. That'd be crazy if he had that handle.
Yeah, that is a very contested name. I believe that is everything. Did we miss anyone?
There's one last thing. I believe we're also sponsored by Ink Gaming.
Oh yes.
TGP, and you can go to Ink Gaming. They do custom like play mats, dice bags, mouse pads, and whatnot. They even gave some free stuff to the ETS and for them to use in their tournaments. So we have a coupon code there. It's a TGP12. Now you get 12% off your order when you go.
Make sure to
I even
use
have an
that.
in-game play mat.
I don't have in gaming anything. I should get one.
Oh, I got it for free. It's good.
Did you win a tournament?
I did. Well, I came top 8 at a local charity event.
Top 8.
I came second.
Not even the champion.
No, it wasn't the champion. I'm sorry. It would have been sick though.
All right. Thank you guys for everything.
We're done with our shilling. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta do this.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry either. Exactly.
We will
Thanks for
see.
casting with me, Dr. Hero. Thanks for putting up with my terrible voice compared to what it usually is. The sexy rock band mic voice is gone for now.
I am using $2 crappy headphones microphone, so thank you for putting up with that.
Yeah.
And we will see you and everyone else on the EU tournament or on Casual Friday if you want to join in. Goodbye.
See you guys later.